but he's been tolerating it. Stella? Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, and Boo. The LuckyFerals. It's about 12:30 a.m. Good night, Stella. What's going on here? Why are you fighting? There's room for everybody on the bed. What happened? What happened? There was just a cat fight on the bed. And then they ran off the bed. And now they're back on the bed. But I don't understand why. Why are you guys fighting? 9:30 a.m. Good morning, Stella. Stella's been fighting with Simba. They woke me up at 3 o'clock in the morning because they were fighting. I think one of them had a bad dream and then woke up and didn't recognize the other one because it was like they didn't even know each other. Right, Stella? Good morning, Boo. What are you looking at? Who's outside the window? I went to say good morning to Splash and Simba and they ran down the stairs. Everyone wants breakfast. This morning they're eating their breakfast on the royal platter of peace. It's a big platter and it would easily fit all 4 cats. Boo's on the steps, but he doesn't want to come down. And Splash is a few feet away watching guard. I just put Boo's food like in the middle of the stairs. I don't know what's going on with Boo today. He's acting kind of spooky. Like he's spooked. Oh, look at this. He spilled his food and he's not going to eat it. You don't want to eat your food, Boo? Want to eat upstairs? So I am just moving Boo's food to his room. And the other cats are all downstairs, so they're going to be downstairs for a little while. They were on free roam all night, so Boo's on free roam now. They'll be downstairs probably throughout the afternoon. I have to get moving. I slept late today because I feel like I'm still catching up on sleep from my trips. Right now it is about 12:30 p.m. and I'm finishing up at home and just about to go off to my office. And I just gave the cats downstairs some crunchies. And I just put maybe half of a tablespoon of crunchies on Boo's food. He ate half of his breakfast and he left the other half. And today I found out that while I was away, Boo was getting crunchies on his food, which I'm not happy with because he's supposed to get crunchies between meals. But the cat sitter thought it was okay to give him crunchies on his food. And that would explain why now he's not eating until I put crunchies on his food. So he's going to have to break himself of that habit. So, like, I give him breakfast. I did not give him crunchies on his breakfast. I gave him 2 little bench and field treats. That was it. He ate half of it. Then he left the other half. Now I just put some crunchies on it. Now he's eating the other half. Is it a big deal? No. But I don't want him getting into the habit of rejecting, the good raw food for crunchies, which, in my opinion, are not as good as the raw food for many reasons. So it looks like right now he is finishing his breakfast. There is a new container of oat grass growing for the cats. I planted this about 3 days ago and I used the Cocoa Core growing medium and it's growing nicely. So I just put this up by the window so we could get some sun. And this is the small container of wheatgrass that I planted at the same time as the oat grass. And this is growing nicely also. And this one I plan on using for human consumption. So yeah, we'll see how these grow. Right now it's 9:20 p.m. I just got back and I let all of the cats out from wherever they were. Stella, Splash, and Simba were downstairs, Boo's upstairs. And Stella and Splash were right here looking out the window. I'm like, what are they looking at? Well, it ends up they're looking at Hydrox. Hello, Hydrox. And that is a really, really weird reflection on this window. Okay, so since Hydrox is there, I'm gonna go give Hydrox some food, then I'll feed the inside cats. Alright, Hydrox, want some food? Okay, so I just went inside, and Hydrox is eating his food. See what he does? This is what Hydrox does. He wanted food, I gave him food, he probably took like 3 bites of it and he walked off. Now that is not a starving feral cat. If Hydrox was a starving feral cat, he would have ate the food because that's really good canned food. Instead, he turned up his nose and walked away. I don't know what was going on between Splash and Stella, but he was just standing on his hind legs. I don't know if she was trying to hit him or he was trying to hit her or what. Okay guys, ready for dinner? Okay, so right now it is 12:45 a.m. I am in the living room and I just found this. I don't know what this is. I don't know how long this has been here. I don't remember seeing this. To me, this is the first time I'm noticing this. It looks like maybe like a hairball. Or, I mean, it's just like a lot of hair here. And it's dried right now, so it looks like maybe it was spit up. I could be totally wrong. But these things, to me, they look like worms, like dried worms, which would make me think this has been sitting here maybe all day. And who was on free roam today? Boo was on free roam today, so maybe this is from Boo. I don't know. I have to check the security camera, see if the security camera shows anything. These might not be worms. These could be something else. I don't know. To me, they look like worms. This looks like potentially like part of a hairball or something that was thrown up. I don't know what the heck this is. I'm going to clean it up. And the cats have been on the parasite tincture, the herbal tincture for parasites. And I did say the other day that maybe that vomit might have had some worm pieces in it, but I just don't feel like dealing with this right now. But I have to clean it up. Okay, so because I found what looks like worms in what looks like some fur that was spit up, it does not look like a full hairball at all. It looks like a clump of fur. And it doesn't look like fur that's just been brushed off. And the fact that there are what looks like 2 worms on it makes me think maybe it was spit up and maybe one of the cats has worms. And I will have to do more research on the security footage to see if I could see anything on the security footage. But that being said, as a precautionary measure, I am going to continue to give the cats these parasite tinctures, and this is what I use. So on the left we have the Parasite G glycerin. That's what I give to the cats. It does not have alcohol. It's not an alcohol tincture. It's not as strong as the alcohol tincture, but it's better for cats because it's made with glycerin instead of alcohol. On the right-hand side, that's a standard herbal tincture made with alcohol, and that's Parasite G. So these are the same formulas, Parasite G. The G stands for general parasites, as in the big boys, as in anything that you could see with the naked eye that looks like a worm. There's also another formula called Parasite M, which is for microorganisms, and that would be things you might not necessarily be able to see with the naked eye. Sometimes you could, but more for yeasts and fungus and bacteria and that kind of stuff. Anyway, I know this formula is very effective. I use it on animals. I've also used it on humans, including myself. It is suggested for anyone who has ever eaten sushi, anyone who has ever eaten any kind of raw fish or fish roe, or rare meat, or anyone who's done a lot of traveling, or anyone who's lived in major cities. I think one of the biggest myths we're told is that parasites are only something that you'll find in third world countries. The reality is that they are everywhere, and I would say 3 out of 4 people do have some kind of parasites in their system, and general practitioners don't know anything about that. But for people that do decide to do a parasite cleanse, they will be shocked by what they see coming out of their body. So that being said, that's how I know that these are very effective formulas. I've seen some scary stuff. And I will continue to give these to the cats. The general course of treatment is for like 1 bottle. Usually it's like 3 to 4 weeks, and then take like a month off and then go back on it, and that usually clears out everything. And so for the cats, the serving size is 1 drop per 7 pounds of body weight, and that's an estimate. So since these cats are 13 to 15 pounds, they would get 2 drops twice a day. Now, I have not been giving them 2 drops twice a day, but I think I'm going to start, or I'm going to try to get as close to that as possible. And the way that I have been administering herbal tinctures is 1 drop on a bench and field treat, because the bench and field treats are big enough to hold a drop of liquid easily, and the cats like them so much that they eat them. Well, I think it might be Boo. I am going to give him 2 bench and field treats right now with the parasite glycerin on them. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Stella was laying in her blue bed. Simba's laying in his blue bed, and there's Splash. And I really wanted to play with the cats tonight, but I've had absolutely no time to do that because I got home late, and then I spent time editing tonight's video. See, if I didn't have to edit a video and upload a video to YouTube, I would have a lot more time to play with the cats. And then I found what looked like hair vomit with worms in the living room, and I had to clean that up. And then after I cleaned it up, I had to watch all of the security camera footage from today in that room and see if I could see one of the cats potentially vomiting up a hairball. And I did, and it looked like Boo did it, which was what I had figured all along based on what I knew about Boo and the cats. And then after that, I had to do an inventory of all of my herbs, and then I just placed an order for some refills. So yeah, now it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'd like to go to bed. It's actually after 2. It's about 2:10. I'd like to get some sleep. So before I go to sleep, I'm going to leave the cats with some crunchies because I'm probably going to end up sleeping later tomorrow, and they'll have a later breakfast. Time to get brushed. Come on. Brushing you, then we're going to bed. Brushing you, then it's time for bed. Because it's late. I'll probably end up being up until about 3 a.m. Then if I get 6 hours of sleep, I'll wake up at 9. So let's hope I can get 6 hours of sleep. Boo's happy. Boo's a happy boy. He's happy when he gets brushed. Happy boy. Okay, Boo. Okay, got a lot of fur. Look at all that fur. Good boy, Boo. You're a good boy. Okay. Okay, now it's time for bed. It's late. Today for breakfast, Boo is getting his favorite Primal Raw Rabbit nugget. I bought the dog food nuggets last night. I went to the one store around here that carries them, and they don't have the cat ones. But I got him the dog ones because the dog ones are the same as the cat ones, except they have more vegetable matter, more greens, and they don't have the addition of taurine. But because these cats get other foods, and they get these bench and field treats that are full of vitamins and minerals, I don't mind. And what I'm hoping is that the additional greens help move the worms through Boo's system. They'll either help him expel them, like vomiting, or they'll just help them pass through the digestive tract. Good morning, Stella and Simba. Good morning, Splash. Look what's going on down here. They knocked this tree thing over. I wonder why. The other cats are getting the same thing as Boo, but they're getting one each of the Primal Raw Rabbit nuggets for dogs, and they're getting the Nature's Variety Instinct Raw Chicken Bites for cats. Last night when I went to buy those rabbit nuggets, the store that I went to usually has the 3.5 pound bag of the Nature's Variety Instinct Chicken Bites, and they didn't have it in the freezer anymore. So I couldn't buy it. I was going to buy it, but they didn't have it. And I'm not a fan of the smaller bags. So I'm hoping they get it back in. If not, then they just lost my business. So hopefully another store near me will carry it, or will be able to special order it for me. We'll see how it goes. It should not be this hard to purchase raw food for cats, or, the raw food for cats that I want to purchase. It would be much easier if I only had like one cat or even two cats, but because there's 4 cats and, it's a bigger amount of food, it makes it more challenging. They love those rabbit nuggets so much. Look, they ate the whole thing. They ate 2 of them. They just went straight for those nuggets and they ate them. And there's that one left. Those nuggets did each have one of the parasite drops on them. Problem with these cats is there's really no way to know who just ate the parasite drop and who didn't. So I might give them supplemental drops on a bench and field treat. But I know Stella won't eat them. If I try to put drops on a treat for Stella, she won't eat them. So while I was away, Simba got lots of good rest, and I have not seen him limping at all. Nobody has seen Simba limping at all in quite some time. So he appears to be all well now. I don't want to jinx anything, but he's been running around and jumping, and he's been doing really good. And here's Stella. She's hanging out on top of the cat tower today. She looks so comfortable. Hello, Stella. Ever since I moved this cat tower into this room, all of a sudden the cats love hanging out in this room. Also, Simba likes this room because, he feels special. He feels like this is his special place because I kept him in here to heal his leg. Simba says, I'm posing for the camera. Simba, do you remember when you were a little kitten and you beat up the camera? Do you remember beating up the camera? You liked to beat up the camera when you were a little kitten. Look how floofy Simba is. Simba is so floofy. And here's Splash. He's hanging out in the cat tower in the living room. Splash has been very concerned about Boo lately. And now things are starting to make sense. So when that vomit was near the front door, like the night before is when Splash approached Boo on the sofa and is like, well, you know, are you okay? What are you doing? And so maybe Splash knew something based on the vomit. I don't know. Also on the security footage, it looks like Splash was concerned with the hairball thing that was vomited on the rug. And he's just been really concerned about Boo lately. So I think cats know things that we don't know. Cats are a lot smarter than we give them credit for. There's a lot of nonverbal communication that goes on between cats. Right now, Boo's getting his second nugget. I'm going to put a bunch more water on that plate. Needs to drink more water. He'll enjoy that nugget. So today, Boo is going to be resting in his room. Now that he's on more of these parasite drops, he needs to really kind of relax a bit and let them do their job. Okay? Okay, it's 9 p.m. I just got home, and I think this camera is down for the count. Somehow it's been working all week just to film video, and all of a sudden it doesn't even want to do that. Like, I can't even get the lens to close. So I think it's gonna be time to retire this camera. This is the Canon G7X Mark II. I've had it for about a year and 3 months. So it did not last all that long, but at the same time, I used it every single day, like every single day. So, yeah. Hello, Simba. It's about 9 p.m. I just got home. I'm gonna let Boo out of his room, and then I'm gonna feed the cats. But first, I'm gonna walk around and do a vomit check. Boo's getting his parasite herbs. He has 2 bench and field treats. Each one has a drop of the herbs on top. Boo would not eat the bench and field treats, so I put a little bit of crunchies on that can cover. Hopefully he'll eat everything. Looks like he did. Good boy, Boo. Good boy, Boo. Okay, now I know he got his dosage. Boo just came downstairs, and for a few seconds, like all 4 cats were standing there together in a square until Stella hissed at Boo. Boo came downstairs and he's with the other cats. Splash has been smelling his butt, so I've been kind of expecting Boo to turn around and beat up Splash, but he's been tolerating it pretty. Stella? Stella, that was completely uncalled for. That was completely uncalled for. Do you hear me? Boo? You're okay. You're okay, Boo. You're okay. Don't let her be mean. She's a mean girl, okay? Okay, Boo, she's a mean girl. She thinks she's the queen. Splash is upset that Boo got hit. You're okay, Boo. What's the matter with you, Stella? What's the matter with you that you can't be nice to Boo? Huh? Why can't you be nice to Boo? I'm not petting you now. No pets for Stella. No pets for Stella because she was mean to Boo. No pets for Stella because she was mean to Boo. I just gave Boo his food on the step. Tonight it is a venison nugget, and then he'll get his instinct raw bites after that. The cats are having venison nuggets, instinct raw bites. Actually, Boo and the cats are having a little dried minnow dust sprinkled over their food. I know that sounds gross, but they did have a bag of the dried minnow treats, and we're at the bottom of the bag, so I'm just sprinkling the dust over their food. They like that. And they're also getting parasite drops, one on each of the primal raw nuggets. Thank you for watching this LuckyFerals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.